Welcome to the From the 108 podcast, starring the drunk uncles of White Sox Twitter. He's a Twitter-like whore, an Instagram thirst trap, and your grandma's guilty pleasure, Beef Loaf. A West Coast attitude in a decidedly Midwest body, My Sock Summer. And your host, he's sharing obscure music thoughts to give you time to hit the bathroom, Terezi E.
All right, we're live.
Ooh, baby.
Thank you, Quincy. Welcome to From the 108 podcast. Man, get ready for some baseball, beer, and bullshit.
Nice, we can have side.
And remember the drinking rules. If Beef Loaf says allegedly, or that he wrote a blog about that, you drink. If My Sock Summer mentions his time on the West Coast, or doesn't know a player, you drink.
That's happening.
Or shows nipple.
If I swear, or say, here's the thing, you drink. And if you tip $1.08, we'll all drink.
Yeah.
If you tip $5, you can make someone shut up for 5 minutes. We've seen that happen.
Oh, love it.
All right. And then we'll see what else happens.
MSS loves it when you make them be silent for 5 minutes, for sure.
Tonight. We don't know how this is going to go. We haven't done this in person in a long time.
That's true. Very true.
I don't like being castrated like that for 5 minutes.
Yeah, you got diarrhea of the mouth. We know.
I hope this sounds good. Give us a comment. Let us know how we sound.
Yeah. This
Yeah.
bad. Let us know. Yeah.
Thank God Senor Sox is here. I'm glad to see that in the comments. I will talk about him in a little bit.
Yeah.
He's got 6 kids. Like, he has to be home.
Yeah, that's
Good. Feel good being with you guys.
This is nice to be in the same room. I like this, you know?
It's Sunday soak. Like, my drink's a little far from me, but that's all right. We'll stretch out my throwing.
We should cheers, shouldn't we? We should. It's a live cheers, right? This is what we would do in a live podcast setting.
You know, that makes me think about something, guys. It makes me wonder, what are you drinking? Well, Beef, we'll start with you over there, man. I think you got a little something.
Baby, yeah, I'm having a little añejo. No free ads. A little tequila. Chorizo got me. I don't want to even show the bottle here. It's a cool bottle, but I don't want to give a free ad. But it's great to do a podcast on tequila. It's my if I'm not going to have red wine, it's not going to be a rigatoni red wine night, then I'm all about the tequila. It's my favorite fuel for doing a podcast.
Did you have rigatoni tonight?
I did not. No. I had a meatball sandwich from Rick and Benny's.
Okay,
so
you kept it going. 108 weight gain is still.
It is. I'm afraid to get on the scale at this point. My face still looks okay, but I can feel the spare tire filling in. So I gotta be careful with it.
It is.
My Sock Summer, what are you drinking tonight, man?
I'm drinking a Basil Hayden dark rye that you bought, and it's really good. And I don't know if people have been paying attention to the Twitters today, but I've been hungover for 18 hours, and I've just now got rid of my hangover.
All right,
so
welcome
jumping
back.
right back in the pool, bro. I'm doing this for you guys.
We appreciate
and the
it.
fans. Like, literally, if this was not a live podcast altogether, I would not have come tonight. I would have bailed out on you guys like a big puss by us.
He stayed out late, Treasy, and he had no good stories though for us. No, he didn't have a single story for us. No, he had nothing good at least.
I can't talk about him on podcast.
Allegedly.
That's what they say. And also, Wally having a girlfriend, a serious girlfriend that he loves and cares for, does not necessarily equate to good stories anymore.
You need another generator. How can it be the only generator? It's a bar full of people. There's got to be someone you got to see. No,
it went from weird stories to, a fun, awkward Wally stories to Wally holding his pants down and rubbing his bum on King Dom's car.
Yeah, that's not good.
We all got to drink. Our guy Shane is.
Jesus.
He said slam your first.
No,
drink.
we're not going to slam it, but I'll give a healthy drink for you, Shane. Thank you. Appreciate the tip, my friend.
Same thing as,
I like that. That's good.
I'm drinking the same thing as My Sock Summer.
I'll make an attempt to drink a little faster for all of you. So
Yeah.
See, you tried to do no ads. Yump knew what it was, man.
all right, the people in the comments are saying my mic sounds good. Trezo, they don't hear you so good. So you might have to stick it in a little harder, or
You get nothing out of this?
I don't know.
You're getting something.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, it's
all lit up.
It looks like it's lit up, right?
Is it?
I'm not sure.
No mic. It says no mic.
Oh man,
I'm not seeing
Beef,
it.
go get me a different mic.
you got it, baby. I'll be right back.
Get a new mic. You know why? We're doing
It's
the
a
new
power
mic?
source. Power source.
What do you think? What do you think we should do while he's gone doing that?
I think we should. I mean, I can't do anything. You can't hear me. Let's get a mic. Let's get a different mic going.
Oh, I was.
Let's mic it up, baby.
This is gonna be interesting.
My mic's the only one on. I kind of like a podcast where it's just solo beef talking. That's what they're saying. Maybe it's just I'm loud.
So you can't hear me either, huh?
I don't know.
How about now? We good?
Can everyone out there hear him?
I think we might just be turned up.
Yeah, maybe. Turn it up, man. It says MSS no mic either. Maybe.
Well, how come? Shouldn't it be if it's going through the board?
Yeah, it's weird.
Shouldn't it be like going like that?
It says I'm a 1, right? What are we doing? Just beef. They just got beef. We'll do a voice for a beef podcast beef. That's right.
He's not even. All right, Pete. Well, you kicked it off.
Yeah, I'm happy to keep going, man. We'll this is like rain delay theater with the fellas here. And thanks for the tip. Yeah, that's right. I agree with you, White Sox Al. He's up in the comments saying that you better believe there'll be no issues tomorrow on the Star Wars podcast. I agree with that. I agree. That'll be smooth sailing. And there'll be reams and reams of notes in that. And SPF claimed he wasn't going to be up in the comments. He is up in the comments. He said MSS looks great, even though I'm obstructed by MSS's girthiness right now. He's out in front of me at this point.
How about now? No.
Some of the comments says it's MSS's internet connection. I agree, Shane Spagnol. It is MSS's internet connection. He brought it with him tonight, and that's how we're going to operate this show. That's right. I'm double the volume of the other two. I think it's just I'm loud though. Yeah, it could be.
Oh, okay.
So
let's try this again.
So they can hear you guys then at least. So maybe it's just the volume. And I'm loud. I'm generally loud. I mean that's what happens.
Now can you hear what I'm saying? Because I feel like this should be on.
But I think the volume on here, I don't see the greens.
Yeah, that's that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right.
You get your mic plugged into the. That's the power. Okay. That's just power.
Is it because you're plugged into the computer, not in? Because then you plug me into the board.
We're both plugged in
The boards.
Okay. So it's like switch seats. I'll just talk louder, or we could put the mic in the middle. We could all just talk over the single mic if we can't get it to work.
Can they hear us all through that?
I don't
How
know.
about that? Can you hear that?
And someone, Yumper's thinking that we're just being all picked up on this mic.
Which is
I don't know if that's true or not. I could tell a high school basketball story, actually, if you guys want. While we're working on the mic here, I was thinking about motivation very recently. And I was thinking about my high school teammate, Dion Tolliver. And he got so mad when we were playing St. Francis de Sales.
No, I'm just tightening this up.
He saw in the papers Sean Lampley, Lee Lampley, getting all the press. He was upset. He went out in his tournament game. He dropped 29 on these dudes, talked about how they were scrubs, had a couple dunks in the game. And sometimes you just need that extra motivation. And to me, that's what happened with TA on Sunday night. He had the extra motivation, and he came up big in that spot. Say we could share. We can middle share if you guys want.
I don't know. That might work.
They said you could hear it. So, yeah, put Beef's mic in the middle, they're saying.
That won't really work very well, unfortunately. Let's see if this will.
Speaking of things not working well.
It's not really the comments are saying it's glory days, Beefo. It's not really because it wasn't my glory. I didn't do anything in that game. Just one of my buddies who I played basketball with really came through big in that one. 3 guys, 1 stick is the comment in the chat. Put us all on one. It's not chords. Chords are working.
We got anything going now? Well, that's not open.
Well, it takes a minute.
Yeah, it takes. We got a little lag there. Yeah.
Right now.
I don't know.
I don't know what's going on. This should be working.
They're saying no, nothing. K-Dog's up in the comments saying this is like the knockoff version of Plinko at the ballpark. That's it's going right now. It's all right. It's all right. We'll get it to it. And Baloney in the comments says turn it to 11. It's 1 louder. Love Spinal Tap.
So you talking?
Yeah.
Talking. Here we go.
You're lighting up. Like,
Am I lighting up?
yeah, it was.
Maybe.
Who knows? Maybe they'll.
I'm amazed at the way you love me all the time. Baby, I'm amazed at the way you
You're singing a little. Is that Creed?
Wings.
Wings. Oh, it's Wings.
They dropped. They played Creed last night at the bar.
Yeah.
At Cork. Kids were going nuts.
Really?
It. Yes. And I was
like Creed from when we were.
Yes.
Okay.
And they're like, "Oh man, this is so good."
That's coming back.
I go, "No, it's not." I go, "What are you guys doing?" They're like, "Oh, but don't you remember that from when you were a kid?" And like, it's just a good vibe. Something. No, it's not. They make fun of them.
It's just funny.
It's not. That's not a good vibe song to us at all. As an older John, they're like, "These guys suck." And they love Jesus. And then
Well, that's not why they suck. They just suck on their own plenty, but.
Yeah.
So it's got nothing to do with their wants and needs.
And I don't really think Scott Stapp actually loves Jesus or follows the Jesus teachings because he's kind of a douche. Like, isn't it love your neighbor and all that stuff? And he was an asshole to everybody. He's always trying to fight people. I
think people can hear MSS because people are saying I agree with MSS, and they want MSS to do his favorite STP song. Bill Webb would like that.
I hate that. The sex type thing. Sex type thing was probably my favorite.
MSS should be coming through. I thought I saw his light now.
Yeah, no, and I think people in the comments that seem so let us know who's coming through on the mic in the comments. Hit us up. Whoever you got coming true on this thing.
I could do Wings songs, but in the Creed voice.
Okay, that's it.
That'd be fun.
That's saying we could hear MSS just not through his mic.
Okay, so what they're saying is like this mic is the only live mic, is what they're thinking.
Because his mic is all the way up.
Okay.
All the way up,
which doesn't make any sense.
That's weird. Yeah, do that. Let's see if that works. Because I
mean, like, so now I'm set up exactly.
Let's try. You're low, Treasy very distant.
So now this is exactly what you have.
Mine should be set up like yours. I
move.
would guess that yours is probably going to be okay. Now we'll see. We'll see what the
comments say.
The beef show.
Is this better?
The beef flow show. We can do a beef flow show.
No. Isn't it usually the beef flow show?
It's not usually the beef flow show. No. I cater it to be a three-way show. If it was the beef flow show, the content might be a little different.
It's usually the beef flow show.
Okay.
Treasy's good now, and I'm quiet.
Okay, that's good.
All right, Treasy's got to turn me up, I think, because I think I'm normally turned all the way down, right?
Okay, so what's wrong with me then?
All right.
Is yours working, My Suck Summer?
Now they're saying now it's only Treasy. How can that be?
That's impossible.
Not yet. Saying you're on, I'm off.
If you just turn them up.
That's funny.
Ceilings on the dawn time. Baby, I'm amazed the way I need you.
Billy Wire says in the comments, he just turned it on. It looks like the three of us got bad news. One of us is pregnant. It might be me. I think I've gained the most weight
so far.
Weight loss.
I didn't get to work out today. I'm still hungover.
Yeah. Can't work out every day, son.
No. I did 4 miles Thursday.
Yeah.
Did the hills and all that stuff. I don't know if I'm supposed to call you anymore for those things.
You can. I'm going to start slowing down and work a little bit.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll be there.
How about there? That's you.
I think.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
I think maybe that was it.
Okay, that might be.
Hello. Yeah, we're on now.
That's like just
Anything now.
Who there? Who there? We back? We back?
We live? We live?
No audio about Sharper. Brian's correct. Just looking at us is a thrill in and of itself. Absolutely.
Yes. Yes. Do we have any audio now?
I don't know. That's
underwater.
underwater. That happens. We sometimes
Now
we do
you're
this underwater.
underwater.
I'm sorry, whatever it is.
At least we all have the sound now.
Okay, so
How does it? Oh, see now it's coming through on the board. You can see it coming through on the board. Yep.
yeah. All right, so we're getting there.
All right.
$5 mind the show.
Okay. Treasy looks like he's doing like an after party bar sex, just twisting knobs.
I'm undoing like everything that I did.
And you're in the audio guy.
It sounds like it's a little better now. Now it sounds like you're in a bathroom. But that's in a bathroom, it's not that
I
bad.
wanted it to sound like
I'm
we're
in a bathroom
Ah.
right now.
I don't have to shit yet, but I mean, eventually I will. So
I mean,
get in the bathroom.
any
you're
better
fine.
now.
I ate a steak tonight.
Did you?
Yeah, it was pretty red on the inside, so I might be pooping later.
The Chorizy
Submarine
submarine
ad
read.
read.
What is going on?
Billy Wires in the comments, Sal, what the fuck is this train wreck? He's trying to try and sell.
Somebody
Give us
tipped
even
us
more shit.
$1.99 for what? Like
To mime the show. That's what
Oh.
the little Yelper said we should just mime the show.
voting,
This sort of thing. Yeah,
miming,
exactly.
You know.
All right, now how terrible is it now? Right here. It is still underwater sound.
Hello.
What is that?
I don't know why that's the case.
Are we having like feedback issues between mics?
I don't know if that would be the.
That would be different, wouldn't it? I mean, you would actually.
Yeah, it's just like the
pop.
there's a hollowness of the room, maybe.
Yeah, that could be it, right? We just have.
It sounds pretty dead in here though.
Yeah,
It does.
quiet.
Let's sound dead.
Oh, someone's saying all good now.
We'll
Okay.
see.
All right.
We'll see.
It's doable.
It's doable. So, SPF says much better. Okay, well let's just go with it from here, right?
Yeah.
We'll just do what we can from
It's
here.
rock and roll.
Why the fuck not? And Sal, no, I'm not playing sound, man.
But I mean, bless you, Treasy,
Release
for
technical.
rectifying this to get it good enough. I appreciate that, baby.
You just
Nice
tried
job.
everything you could potentially do, and it finally worked.
That's
Basically,
hey, trial and error, man.
Wrong
That's all
hole.
your life.
wrong hole, guys.
Now we're in the semi-right hole, but who knows?
All right, now people are saying perfect now. I can't-
Oh wow! Okay, perfect.
Now that-
Oh, sweet,
Man, I'll take it.
Doubt it.
All right, let's get into this shit.
Let's do it,
All
man.
right.
Okay.
We got through what we're drinking.
We sure did.
So we're drinking hard liquor. Right? That's it.
Lot of
the
hard liquor.
main story here.
Yep.
Beef. How's it going tonight, buddy? Now.
You know what? I got a ton of things on my mind. I'll be honest. We've been in the ballpark a little bit. I'm talking to people, interacting a little bit. On Wednesday night, we had a small group there, Treasy, me, you, and a few of the fellas, Soxwood and Matt Ramsey and Wet Band, a few of the guys. And we had a little discussion about how badly I own MSS and that discussion about Steve Stone.
That's true.
And Soxwood turned around and we were trying to figure out why was my Sox Summer really defending Steve Stone so much. And Soxwood turned around and he said, maybe he thought he was defending Evan Stone. So I want to find out, do you think that's the case? And then I want to ask MSS, were you actually defending Evan Stone? And it was my fault. I screwed that argument up.
I went back and listened.
Yeah.
And he did talk a bit about how much he likes his really long hair. And that he was impressed by how big his balls are. And I was like, that's a weird thing to say about Steve Stone. So I'm kind of thinking maybe he was thinking it was Evan Stone.
Yeah, it's right. It strikes a chord. MSS, and I'll let you sound off. Were you doing that or what?
No, I was not doing that.
Okay.
I love Evan Stone.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of Evan Stone's work.
Allegedly.
He gave me a shout out thanks to Senior Sox. He did the My Sox Summer.
That's
and he
right.
Sings it. We should actually isolate that and use that as a sound drop.
That is
We should watch that. But no, I was not. I don't know. I think it really hurts an argument and it hurts a debate when you get muted 3 minutes into the 15-minute debate.
That was actually the best part of your debate. You
I'll
were
weigh
honest
into
with
it.
you. That was the best part.
I think I'm like I'm happy that we're all together,
Yes.
and mostly so I can punch you in the nuts later when you're not waiting, like not ready for it. Like I'm just gonna. You'll be talking like some Gavin Sheets, and then you're gonna get like a roundhouse right into the nutsack. It's gonna be great.
Right, my plums.
Right. They're gonna be big plums.
Now, another MSS commentary. Now, last night we're at the ball game, and my man MSS. I don't know if you realize this, Treasy. MSS fanboying Barstool Chief really hard. He's moved on from White Sox Dave, right? He used to be in love with White Sox Dave. He doesn't love White Sox. He doesn't want him anymore.
He watched Chief. I thought they were going to kiss last night. They took a picture together. I thought they were about to kiss.
It was close.
It was close.
It was close. I was like really kind of surprised that like so there was like this moment where Dave was like, I don't think Chief's gonna come over. He's gonna go home.
Yeah.
Which we're like, fine, whatever. And then Chief showed up, and then my Sock Summer's eyes like got real big, like we were bringing him like candy or something. It was something.
And I even asked White Sox Dave about Chief because MSS had showed up. I thought, well, MSS would want to see, and I like Ryan. He's a nice guy, but I don't care if he shows up or not.
Right.
But it was cool that he did show up. But I was happy that he showed up for MSS, and I think it made his night.
It
MSS,
did.
yeah.
It really did make my night. Like I love Chief. I like him, and I still love Dave. I don't want to make that very clear.
Okay, I'm just checking.
Dave just doesn't return the love as much as Chief does. Me and Chief are like, it's kind of be like with me and like Eddie, kind of the same deal. Even Danny. Like I only see him every so often, not like as much as we see Dave. Like we don't see Dave that much, but we see him more than those other guys.
Right.
So when you see each other, like first of all, let's not pretend that Chief didn't have a twinkle in his eye when he saw me too.
You see, Tracy?
And he
he
said,
feels
yeah,
like
he looks right at me and he goes,
he's fetching for it.
he goes, you look really good, buddy. And I was like, oh,
That's how it
man,
starts.
you do too. And then I'm like, we got to take a picture before you leave. And he goes, absolutely. You know us.
They took that in the bathroom.
No, we
The
took
picture
it
that came
out.
out too, that I saw the one comment, should have put the hand on the shoulder like you did with Ozzy.
Yeah.
Yep. They should have been a glamour shot. You didn't get it done. Next time. We'll do
I
it.
didn't want
You
to
gotta do it
cheap
next
it.
time.
I didn't want to be the other guy.
You know,
I want my own. I want my own moment with Chief. I don't need a replicate. But no, I still love Dave. So Dave, don't be upset. I don't think Dave's upset at all. I think he's got enough people that love him.
I don't know. I think you got to choose one.
Yeah.
That would be my thought.
I feel like you got to choose.
He's got to make a choice.
You gotta
There's no love triangle in this Barstool Chicago office between you and
I got to
those guys.
choose one.
I think so. You're going to mess up their whole thing.
Oh,
You're going to start cause infighting, fighting over you.
I don't think that's the case. I don't think that's gonna happen.
Sure.
All right. Well, look, man. Here's what we got to do. You got more to?
Yeah, I got more.
Yeah, two more.
Okay. I'll be right back.
Okay.
I'll be right.
Okay. Chorizo's going to be out of here. Next up, a call to action. So I've had several people in the stands tell me that I need to use my platform for things to positively influence the group. And so what I'm going to do tonight is that people have been asking me about it. They've been wanting to see it. They want me to tell Senor Sox he needs to get his fucking ass out to the ballpark. Not maybe some weekend shit. We need to put something in the calendar. We need to get something done right goddamn way. I don't care how many kids you got, Senor Sox. Bring all your kids if you got to. We got a lot of seats in 108, and we got a lot of dads who can help you watch those kids.
That we don't have.
Get your
We have a lot of seats.
My Sox Summer volunteered to watch 3 of your children. Come out to the ballpark because there's a lot of people out there thirsting for you. And I got a feeling it's going to be a huge letdown when you actually do show up. But you're pretty funny online. A lot of these people want you to come out. So what do you think, MSS?
I miss him. I've never met him. I've met his family, his wife and kids, but I've never met him.
You've never met him? Okay.
I think I met like his cousin too. I think his cousin was there. But yeah, no, come on, bro. You gotta get out of here. Come see us. We like you. You know, and maybe Billy Wires can pick you up, and you guys can like get in his Jeep and like put the top down, take the sides up, maybe take the doors off. If it's really nice. I think he has a Jeep. He might not. He might not have a Jeep.
Well, I heard
but
Billy
if he
does, selling them lawn equipment. That's allegedly. That's the rumor I'm hearing. So I don't know, man.
So I don't know. What are you?
He's got to remake
He's gonna put me right up. He's gonna put a mic right on my dick.
I like that's where all the positive sound comes out. That's what he's got to do.
Like when it comes out.
There ain't nothing wrong with that.
But yeah, that's
we gotta get him out there. And that's just the love to you, Senor Sox. Right? These people want you out to the ballpark, and I mean that kind of goes for everybody. Comes up in the chat, up in the comments here. Get your ass out to the ballpark. We need you out there, baby. We need to have the whole group out there. It's more fun when we're all out there. Last night was a blast. Wednesday night we had a smaller group of the crew out there. Also a blast. I mean, that's what we're kind of shooting for.
Well, and a win too. You get a nice win.
Yeah.
Some people. That's fun. But then last night, I mean, they were getting schlocked.
Yeah.
They were getting schlocked. And
so that's what we need the conversation, right?
We needed it, and it was nice. It was nice that it was the Barstool night, and they raised a bunch of money.
Yeah.
And then they come and hang out with us, and then like their fans came up and hang out, which was nice.
Yeah.
Some people that we don't normally see, because they're not out there every game, so it was nice. They felt comfortable enough to come to 108.
Yeah, which is great. Even with Dave there. Right? All right, so my last shot across the bow. I get home last night.
Oh, boy.
I may or may not have gone to Maxwell Street Depot for a little late night snack.
Mhm.
You know, I'm not.
Who
saying
can blame you?
I'm not saying I'm
Can't wait to cut this all up.
I'm like Eddie Murphy laughing right now.
All right, we're back.
Hello.
All right, now we're gonna get to my anecdote and before we get into some other stuff. So hopefully all of you can hear us. So it's demonetized. That's right. We may be demonetized right now. So as I was saying, one of our good friends, Josh Nelson's hopping on Twitter and talking about how disappointing
16 season was.
Oh.
And he says, no offense to my friends from the 108, but they would not have survived 2016. No level of 108 can be achieved to overcome that season. I'm still a bit surprised those of us from those days are amicable. I have no idea what Josh is talking about because 108 blog existed already in 2016.
Yes, we were there.
2, we were in the goddamn seats that whole time. Teresi and I have been season ticket holders since 2008. We've been up in this business. I have no idea what the hell he was talking about. Like some keyboard warrior is going to intimidate us out of like wanting to go to the games or talk, give our opinion on the internet. Give me a break.
And the thing was, by the way, this field mic is the shit.
It's working. Yeah, I would say people are enjoying it.
So
Yeah.
so you guys know what's going on. This is what we use for the Sunday soap.
Yeah.
This thing's usually like 15 feet away from us. So I assumed it would be good if we switched to it. So, all right, there we
Good
go.
pull, Teresa. Good pull.
All right, so yeah, and Beef, the
Mike's Josh a dick.
picture of us
Yeah,
that is the Davidson fanboys.
yeah.
That's the day of the fucking shirt getting cut up.
The cut up
That's the
jerseys.
jersey
Yes,
day.
yes.
And we not only did we sit through all that shit,
Yeah.
there was a rain out that day. Like it
Yeah.
rained for like a long time, and me and you didn't even leave the seats
No.
until the usher said,
Yes.
"There's too much lightning. You can't stay here anymore."
You guys gotta go. Now, yeah, I didn't know what the
Have
meaning
the red
was.
shirts ever kicked any of you motherfuckers out because of lightning?
And I don't know if he meant more about like the blog and podcast stuff. Give me a break. Who the hell in that podcast area, in the blog area, what keyboard warrior is going to intimidate our asses? Nobody. So I don't know what the hell he's talking about here. When I saw that last night, I got mad. I was like, I'm going to go at Josh. And I said, you know what? I've been drinking. It's 12:30 at night. I'm going to let this shit go. But I'm going to bring it up to you guys and see what the hell you think. I don't know. Josh is talking out of pocket here, man. I don't know what he's going at.
I don't know what he meant.
Yeah.
I thought it was about the drinking. Like, man, these
Okay.
guys would like drink themselves to death that season.
No, but we were
But
up
we were
there.
there.
We were up there doing it.
We
Yeah,
didn't
exactly.
drink ourselves.
I think it's because we weren't close yet. He didn't, you know,
They were still
That's
going
right.
against us at that point.
That's right.
So
out of sight, out of mind.
You're rereading it, so you try to get. Now, there was a tweet above it. It was talking more about the 2016 season, how this year's is disappointing. And he was saying, no, 2016 was more disappointing. I don't know. We're still early in this season. This season has plenty of potential to be more disappointing than 16. We're not there yet. I don't know. I don't want it to be there. I'm not wishing it, but you know what I'm saying.
who was on the roster? Let me.
You know, I was just thinking, Beef.
Yeah.
Because that was
You know,
Shark, right?
I could have spent a lot more of my day watching Star Wars shit than if I just had to set this one mic up.
I love it.
I'm in here fucking figuring shit out, ruining the sound of the show.
No, we're not talking about Donaldson. We're talking about Josh Nelson doing shit at us.
We are going to talk about Josh
We'll
Donaldson.
get into him in a little bit. Yeah, absolutely.
We have some stuff on Josh Donaldson in just a
Carson
little bit.
Fulmer.
Yeah, that's the former. How
That's
could you
Sale.
say
Jake
Todd-
Berchaka.
you were out on Facebook fighting the good fight against Carson Fulmer back in those days?
I
man.
was.
And I remember Jordan Lazowski trying to tell you that you're a moron and everything. Of course you want. I mean, that's obvious. You're a big stat head. Everyone knows
I know.
that,
A
so.
huge stat head.
All the metrics.
Just huge head.
Lined
There's a
up.
lot of stats.
All the
of them
metrics. this guy had him.
That's
He knew-
right.
He knew it was up. He could see.
I could see.
You know what I think it is? I think it is as soon as you hear about like how nice someone is,
Yeah.
as soon as they pull that, as soon as the organization says just the nicest guy you can come across, dude, it is the same as when someone's trying to fix you up. Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
he's really funny.
Mhm.
He's a nice guy. Yeah, you know what? Looks terrible.
Right.
Looks.
That means you're a loser.
Yeah,
Or
there's
if they say,
something- or
oh,
there's
they're
something-
really nice. That's a loser.
There's something really wrong.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, this is my buddy OJ. He looks great. He's got a great job, lots of money.
Yeah. Don't
Little
worry
bit-
about why he's wearing them gloves. Don't worry about that.
little bit of a temper. Just a little bit of a temper.
Tiny bit.
What's he do for a living? Well, he used to do commercials for Hertz.
Yeah.
Now he works at Hertz. You know,
Jumps over
you know
suitcases
how it
and
goes.
everything.
You know how it goes.
I like that it kept the time too, so it knows we're 31 minutes into this
I
already.
love it, baby.
Yeah.
All right, that's all I
That's
got
all
for
you
you
have?
banter. That's enough. I shit all over the show. I apologize.
I had no banter because he said he was going to have 4, so I was just like, I'm not even going to do anything because we're going to be involved in this.
So my banter was to ruin the show with that audio, and so
You
I
did a
got
good
that.
job.
I got that
I'm
done.
glad you lined
I
that
got
up. I
that done.
appreciate that. Yeah.
So I guess right now you got to pay some bills, buddy.
Let's do this. May is the perfect month to buy a car. And what's the best place to buy that car? That's right, Mazda of Orland Park, the home of the Zoom Zoom Nation. They got all the kinds: sedans, SUVs, hatchbacks, sports cars, crossovers. So why would you go anywhere else? Yeah, you don't have to. Now, if these blast prices got you freaking the fuck out like it does everyone on Facebook and myself, then even got the electric ones. Introducing the 2022 MX-30 EV crossover. Charging at home or on the go is easy. When connected to a level 3 DC fast charger, you can go from 20% to 80% in approximately 36 minutes. That's pretty long. Like
There's no question.
pretty quick. We couldn't get the sound right for 36 minutes. Like you could have charged your car up to 80%.
Right.
Each MX-30 also comes with a level 1 120 volt charging cable that can be plugged into any household outlet at your neighbor's house, as well as a connector that's compatible with most public charging stations. Simply charge up and enjoy the drive. To check out the MX-330 EV, head over to Mazda of Orland Park, 8910 West 159th Street in beautiful Orland Park. You can check them out online at www.mazdaoforlandpark.com and give them a follow on Twitter at ZoomZoomNation as they give away free White Sox tickets with parking all the time. Mazda of Orland Park, home of the Zoom Zoom Nation. Zoom Zoom.
All right.
I love that.
Woo!
I said, read. Teresa, it was bold of you to almost move those cords right there. I was thinking, don't you move that.
Fuck up
Just
things.
leave it.
It's gonna fuck it up.
It's like when you got the antenna just right when you're trying to watch a TV show.
I mean, it was right. It was right on the edge of like that last Jenga piece coming out. Like I was
It
gonna
was
pull.
teetering.
I was gonna pull the one cord, and the table was gonna explode.
Absolutely.
So,
I got a nice picture. You can't see it though.
oh man, so you gotta.
The daughter made me
Yeah. There
he
you
was
go.
like, I love you and I hope you have a good night.
Oh, look at
that's
that.
very sweet.
Stuck that in my notes.
Beautiful.
She's a sweetheart sometimes when she's not yelling at me. So, it's nice. It's nice of her to do that. I appreciate that, baby.
So, fellas,
You'll never see this, so
we had a little situation recently.
A little
We
bit.
didn't get a chance to really talk about it. We talked about it a little bit on the playback. You know, when we were doing the playback, we talked a little bit about this. But TA and Josh Donaldson got into it. Josh Donaldson was extremely wrong in everything that he said, and then everything that he tried to defend.
Yep.
And if you haven't been paying attention, you wouldn't be watching the show, so you know what happened.
Right.
But so what we are looking at is that like
double down.
it's obviously Donaldson's in the wrong.
Yes.
There's no debate about that.
Right.
The fans that are supporting Donaldson, I don't get because he's been there like 15 minutes and they are now on Aaron Judge.
Right.
Aaron Judge has done a lot more for your org than Donaldson,
Exactly.
so why are you defending this guy? I don't
Yeah.
get it. But 1 game suspension. And here's why this pisses me off, Beef.
Yep.
If you go back and you read the article that Timmy refers to himself as Jackie Robinson in, it's because he got a 7-game suspension in the tiff with Brad Keller.
Brad
Yeah.
Keller, yeah, that's right.
Now, Timmy used the N-word in there,
Mhm.
which he claims in the article is like, I should be able to use that word, but I
Yep.
cannot appeal my suspension because there's no one in in baseball's front office that would be able to make this decision
Right.
that understands that is black and
Right.
can relate to this. And so that's where he's saying, I'm like the new Jackie Robinson
Right.
because I have to kind of change the game to be fun again. And I'm getting punished for it vehemently.
Yeah.
So how do you handle that if you're MLB? You give this guy a 1-game suspension, and then he appeals it because he can appeal it.
right.
He has people to appeal it to, right?
Yep. Yes.
And so, like,
They'll hear his side
it
of the
just
story.
kind of
Yep.
proves the point. So what we want to do tonight, because we can't do anything about this, but we would like to.
We'd
Now,
love to.
What
Yeah.
are the alternate punishments instead of the 1-game suspension that we could give Josh Donaldson? And Beef, I'll start with you, and then we'll work our way over this way. We'll just go round robin, one at a time.
Got it.
Knock him out.
Okay.
Shane gave us $5. He's going to bed. Shane, thanks, buddy.
Yeah, cheers.
Thank you,
Cheers.
Shane.
Shane.
Wow, you're a
Appreciate
nice
you,
little
brother.
thing.
Hope
Going
to
to
see you at
bed.
the
We'll
park
see
soon,
you
man.
Saturday, I think. He
Oh, he's
said
gonna be out
he's gonna
Saturday? Beautiful.
Saturday.
I'd
His
love to
wife's
see
going to be there. So we're going to make fun of him in front of her.
I like that. I think
Instead
it's
of
a good
just
approach.
making fun of him in front of his son, we're going to make fun of him in front of his wife.
All right. My first one for Josh Donaldson, get examined by Larry Nassar.
Oh.
I feel like,
Okay.
let's start in right away.
That's it.
Let's loosen him up a little bit.
I mean, that's a pretty big punishment.
That's right. Hey, we got to start down the path here. If he's going to be under punished, I'm going to over punish with every single one of mine.
I feel like, though, you're rewarding Larry, and I don't like that.
Well,
He's a tool of our
Okay.
punishment here. Yeah, you're right. I don't want to have him get that much joy, but we got to get this done.
We get to punch him in the balls afterwards, right?
I've
As
always
long
wanted
as
to
he's
do
not
that.
like- as long as he likes it.
He might like it.
All right.
sympathy for the devil. That's what I would say. So, guys, I studied my punishment ideas from the Book of Wu-Tang, the
Okay.
36 Chambers.
All right.
My first offering is I'll fucking tie you to a fucking bedpost with your ass cheeks spread out, right? And put a hanger on a fucking stove and let that shit sit there for like a half hour. Take it out and stick it in your ass slow like. And then you have Matt
That's
go,
going to be great on the
"Ooh,
audio podcast.
Teresi, how about you?
So I think that since he's such a funny guy,
Yeah.
he should do a 30-minute set of his hilarious comedy for all the black players and managers in the MLB. I think they would enjoy it.
I
It
do
seems
too.
it's because they got these inside jokes
the
and stuff. I
Apollo.
think at the Apollo,
At the
Sandman
Apollo.
could come out and beat the
Yeah.
shit out of him instead of just sweeping him off.
Absolutely.
Beef, how about you?
It's funny. I'm going to stay on the comedy vein. I think he should be punished to co-star in a new Seinfeld spinoff with Michael Richards. I think they got some things in common, so I see no reason why they couldn't work together. Maybe it wouldn't even be a punishment for him.
Maybe he
I'm
didn't
not
enjoy
sure.
it.
Maybe he would enjoy it.
Maybe he
I'm not
didn't
sure,
enjoy it.
but I thought it would be a punishment. So.
But hey, you know what? NBC want to have baseball back? Yeah, this is a good way to
That's how
do
they're
it.
going to do it. Yep.
Yeah, I'll fucking lay your nuts on a fucking dresser. Just your nuts. Lay them on a fucking dresser and bring them shits with a spiked fucking bat. Yow! I love this.
And I love that I'm in the room for it.
Yeah.
That's what's even better for me.
Yeah, yes. Because he gets into character.
Yeah.
Because he always, I don't know if the audience knows, he wanted to be a rapper.
I did.
MSS wanted to be a rapper. It didn't happen. Whatever.
Barely didn't
I
happen.
mean,
Almost.
Beasties almost made it happen. Couldn't hang with Fred Durst or Eminem after a while. Wasn't very good.
Treasy, what you got next, baby?
So I wanted to go with something a little weird,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
And
All these have been perfectly normal. Yeah, let's hear the weird one.
And what I find strange already is that the Yankees don't allow people to have facial hair on their team.
Yeah.
I think Josh Donaldson should have to shave them all. I think that every day he comes to the
I
park
like
and he
that.
has to shave everyone on the 26-man roster, 27 if there's a doubleheader.
Straight razor? Like he's got the towel over his shoulder and he's gonna,
I mean,
get
at
the-
first I thought he would have to chew off the hair, but I'll give him a razor.
Maybe a
Yeah, I
safety
like that.
razor. Safety
Yeah,
razor.
safety razor. I'm feeling better about the safety razor.
Safety razor.
Beef, what do you got?
You know what? I think since it bothered me and pained me so much, I think I'm gonna put him through the same pain, but I'm gonna do it on repeat. He's got to continuously rewatch 50 Cent's performance from the Super Bowl. One of the worst pieces of television and entertainment I've ever seen. I would like Josh Donaldson to have to rewatch it as part of his punishment for this.
You're so unfair to 50 when it comes to that. I mean, really.
Fat 50.
I like that you're getting murdered for reading it off a sheet.
Whoa.
That's not good. That's not good rapping.
I have to. I
Not
want to
good
make sure I
rapping.
got it right. Like I didn't want to like fuck it up because
Yeah.
I'm sure I'd say something wrong. So I'll fucking pull your fucking tongue out your fucking mouth and stab this shit with a rusty screwdriver. Blow!
Billy, what are you doing to us here? Let's see what he's got to say.
Oh boy.
Woo!
I don't
All right.
All right.
That's
Well then,
all right.
Chorizo.
So this is my last one.
Okay.
Oh no, I got two. I got two more. So
Okay.
So I think he should go to the Howard University graduation.
Okay.
Read the full article where Tim referred to himself as Jackie Robinson, and then explain the joke to the graduating class. Explain why it was funny.
That's gonna go great.
I think it's going to go well for him.
like that
I think it's going to be
pre-recorded.
a nice learning experience.
Right? They'll get the insidedness of the joke. 100%.
All right. My next
Oh,
one.
we got
is-
a drink. We got a drink. Roxy's saying to have some drinks here.
Cheers.
She threw in
cheers.
20, so I mean,
Jesus
like,
Christ,
we
Roxy.
might have to.
I can't drink that
One.
much.
All right, let's go again.
I'm gonna irk.
I feel like we need to break down the the NOM obstacle course again with how much people have given us, but we'll get to that in a
We'll
minute.
get there. Live breakdown would be fun.
Whew. Man, I've drank a lot of rye so far.
Ooh,
Or,
yeah, man, I've had a
I
great
heard
amount of
this is
tequila. I'm feeling nice, little
It's
limber
going to be
here.
a situation here in a minute.
All right,
Situation.
my next punishment, Treasy. I think that Josh Donaldson should be forced to date Courtney Love.
Oh,
You know what?
man.
I don't,
There-
is she still alive?
I don't know. If she's not alive, please strike this from the conversation.
I think
don't
she's
wanna-
alive.
She's alive. She's alive.
Yeah.
Although, if you make him marry her, that might be
Yeah.
going a step too far because
Yeah.
that doesn't end well.
No.
Man,
Allegedly.
got a guy from some band that nobody knows going to come kill your ass.
Don't speak about El Duce like that.
He walked in front of the train.
This is El
allegedly.
Duce right here. All right, El Duce. All right. I'm just going to read one of my. You have one more?
Mhm.
Okay. I'll just read my favorite of the last two, and it's I'll fucking sew your asshole closed and keep feeding you and feeding you and feeding you and feeding you, and then it's METHOD, man. You know that. Yeah.
I think that's actually a scene from Seven.
That's true. That's my favorite, though. That's my favorite one because it goes into the song then right after that.
Last one, real simple.
Yep.
3 rounds with Mike Tyson.
Oh,
I had it on mine too.
You had
I legit had fight Mike Tyson for 3 rounds.
You had peak
Peak
Mike
Mike
Tyson.
Tyson.
No, this
he'd be dead.
this is.
I want 21-year-old Mike.
I want
Oh,
now
man, he'd be
Mike
dead
Tyson
dead.
because it'll take all 3 rounds
Yeah.
and he'll get both ears bitten off.
Mike's hungrier now.
Oh, Mike's a bigger guy now.
Yeah, he
He's
is.
got an appetite.
He smokes a lot of
one,
weed, though.
One
Yeah.
tip of an ear ain't enough for him.
That's true.
But just
He tried to do gummies. He tried to do like his own gummies,
Yeah.
like weed gummies.
Yeah.
In the shape of an ear with a bite taken out of it.
No.
And they were like, no, you can't do that shit.
Why can't you do that?
I want to say it was Evander's people that said you can't do it.
Well, I believe it because if Anders broke, he was probably trying
So
to
wait,
get
it's
in
probably
there.
like, that's my ear. I trademarked that shit.
Why doesn't he just give him some money? You can't give him back a full ear. You should give him a cut, or you get him a taste.
Just enough to wet his beak. Just enough to wet his beak. All right. I mean, I think it goes without saying, fuck Josh Donaldson. And I'm
He's a
glad he's
tool.
on the IL.
He's a tool.
Yeah.
You know why? Because he's not actually hurt. He went on the bullshit COVID IL
Yeah.
where he never tested for COVID. Like, he refused to test.
Yep.
Because that's the same thing to
Great
do.
guy.
Right.
And, like, I worry about my teammates, so I'm absolutely not going to test. And then he goes on with a sore shoulder. So, like, no
Yeah.
structural damage. So you couldn't actually prove that he has
Yeah.
I mean, like, I think
He's on the lam.
the
He's
Yankees-
on the lam right now.
the
Right?
Yankees are like, you know what? Aaron Judge don't like you. You need to sit the fuck over there until everything calms down. Maybe you could come back. We might trade you for Dallas Keuchel, and then the Sox could cut you.
If it was up to their fans, he'd be right back out there. So
That's true.
Well,
Well,
that's
the least are fans on Twitter. I don't know. I can't speak specifically to
Right.
every White Sox or every Yankees fan.
So I will say we have some buddies that are Yankees fans that are actual good people and would never be the people commenting on this shit. But the Yankees fans on Twitter have shown their ass multiple times this week.
And the Knicks.
They go after Timmy in this whole situation, which is a ridiculous stance to have.
Yeah.
Then they go after Aaron Judge, which
Yep.
is a ridiculous stance to have. Then the Yankees Twitter is like, hey, look, enough of this gun violence shit. We're going to put some gun facts up. Oh, God, Yankees Twitter did not do well with that. I don't know what the fuck is happening right now with the Yankees on Twitter.
Yeah.
But, guys, get it together.
Pull it together.
Get your act together.
Because there's a lot of good Yankees fans.
Yeah.
We went to Yankee Stadium. Me and you went to Yankee
We did,
Stadium.
yeah.
I was a little hungover.
A little bit.
But we had a
Okay,
nice
though.
time there, and we
Yeah.
talked to a bunch of Yankees fans,
Yeah.
and they all knew their shit. They
Yeah.
were very nice, hanging
Passionate,
out. Like,
yeah.
we had a good time there. I mean, they weren't playing the Sox, so I mean, it could have
That's
been
true.
different.
Yeah.
But it was a good time. I thought that, like I left the park going, you know what? Some pretty damn good fans.
Yeah.
I like this. I like what I saw.
Yeah.
Not this week.
I wonder if it's the loudest. Sometimes the loudest, screw or loudest noise gets the ears too. Like maybe there's
Yeah,
are
it's
some
very
guys
possible.
out there.
Vocal minority kind of
Right,
deal
right.
like that.
Because
Yeah.
no one can say, hey, that everybody in White Sox Twitter speaks for everybody else in White Sox.
That's true.
I did.
So
That's
there's
true.
a lot of different opinions in White Sox.
A buddy did tell me today. He's like, I think these are all Yankees fans from Texas. Hey, that's possible.
Okay.
That's possible. I got what you're saying.
They don't have any baseball teams in Texas, as far as I
No,
know.
yeah, no.
Oh shit! Think about how many
That's the
Yankees
roof
fans
for
there are in Chicago that are born in Chicago.
That's true.
That's some
Right.
wild
A
shit.
lot of
to me,
front
too.
runners.
I mean, we saw a bunch of Red Sox fans yesterday. They're not from Boston.
No.
Those people also get very sad when Duke loses.
Yeah.
And the Cowboys.
Big
Cowboys
Cowboys.
fans,
Yeah, the rough ride for the Cowboys has been bad for them. I mean, I feel for them a little bit.
Yeah.
All right,
Legalize cocaine.
let's switch the topic a little bit. I think we're all in agreement on the last one, but this one is going to maybe be a little more divisive.
Yeah.
So we've got three guys right now, three very important guys on the IL. They're all nearing coming back, right? So we've got Lance Lynn, we've got Luis Robert, and we've got Eloy Jimenez. And so I put a poll up the other day. Who's the most important coming back? I believe Lance Lynn won that.
Okay.
I'm going to go around the room. Let's talk about who you think the most important one, or the one that you're most excited to see come back, maybe. Beef, who is the most exciting for you to see come back to the team?
It's funny. I was like marinating this in my head, and then just when I go out to watch the team or even watch the team on TV, and for me, it's going to be Luis Robert, because I just feel this team is so dead ass and boring to watch without Luis Robert out there. I mean, like, Adam Engel plays a fine center field, but you know what? I want to watch Luis Robert make plays in center field. He's the only guy at the plate right now that I really feel like, man, Luis could change this game with a home run right here. Not saying other guys haven't been hitting home runs, and Andrew Vaughn hit one last night, but like,
Larry Garcia.
I mean, Luis Robert's the only guy who feels like a real game changer at any point out there. He's like, oh, this guy could change the tide of the game. With the other guys, I mean, I'm a little worried about the big bastard. I once thought he could pitch at the same up to 400 pounds. I don't think so anymore. I think his chubbiness might be catching up with him. I'm a little worried about, like, he may be sliding back into his old age. And I'll be honest with you guys, I might be becoming a basic bitch, because I'm following the trend on the internet that Eloy is like an afterthought.
Oh,
And I loved Eloy, and now I'm just like, whatever. I mean, like, half the internet, they don't care about Eloy. They're thirsting for Yolbert Sanchez. And I think I'm falling in the path with them. I'm not. So for me, it's Luis Robert.
We're going to get to
Luis
Yolbert
Robert.
later. We're going to get to Yolbert later. But for right now, I got you. Luis Robert. And, we were talking about it last night.
Yeah.
You watch this team without Luis Robert, and you're just kind of like, this is just a bullshit game. And I agree. Les Cliff Levingston. I do want to bring back up, because I cracked up reading this, is that our guy chugging with Fresh, he says Donaldson should have to ride in the back of that truck bed where the Reds fan took a dump in.
Did he do it yet?
To spark the team to glory. I don't know if he did it yet, but I'm eagerly awaiting that dump.
Okay.
It's going to be great. It's going to be a dump truck.
nice.
All right.
Dump truck.
My Sox Summer.
Yes.
Who you got?
Okay, so you know who I'm going to. You threw him a little shade there. I don't like
did.
you.
I'm sorry.
Don't like you so much. Going with my guy Lance Lynn. He's like a hibernating bear right now. Okay, that's what I think about. And he's hungry.
Yeah.
And what's the only thing that he needs to eat? Strikeouts.
Okay.
He's going
I'm
to go
glad you
out
said
there and
strikeouts. I thought you were gonna say
destroy
something else.
batters left and right. He's going to kill everybody. He is the steak and IPA guy. He's going to be back, and he is just going to just mutilate people. He's going to mutilate lineups, destroy them, and that's going to get Kopech even more fired up. And it's just like we're going to level 11. We're going to level 11 with the pitching. It's going to happen. It's going to happen, folks. Get ready. Get ready to strap it in.
I love Lance Lynn, but let me ask you. We had concerns last year when the Heat it started getting warmer, and in Chicago it is starting to warm up right now. Lance is not the best in the Heat. Or at least he wasn't last year. It's a combination of he's a little overweight and then the beard and everything. So, but do you think because he's more rested, he's going to be okay? He'll be okay going through the Heat this time.
I'll say this: like when I don't work out one day during the week and then I work out the next time, I'm ready to go twice as hard. I can only assume a professional athlete like Lance Lynn will come back firier than ever. Like it won't. The weather won't even matter.
Grease lightning. Grease lightning right there, man. I think he gets now it's gonna be instead of like he's getting all perspired and getting dehydrated. No, it's gonna be like some delicious oil, some like Crisco, some olive oil, working it out. He's gonna feel good.
He's gonna smell good.
Oh man, he's
just
gonna
smell like a fried chicken. I hope I can get close to him. Actually.
Oh man, I don't. His like. It's going to be like when Kramer was putting the butter on. That's how he's going to be out there. I can't wait for it. We're going to be smelling it in right field. Oh man, I'm hungry now.
I don't remember Lance Lynn being a big like sweater. Like Kopech is
Kopech's
the sweater.
Okay, so
right?
I agree.
Cease is a pretty big sweater.
Not for his size, he's not a big sweater, but he's a sweater.
Yeah,
he don't got that.
No, I know what you're saying there. Like,
but it's not like you're like, God damn.
Right, where you see Kopech, it's like he's big. Kopech looks like Patrick Ewing in the fourth quarter. That's how sweaty he is. Patrick Ewing was a sweaty guy.
Yeah.
Kopech's sweaty like that.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh man, Ewing fourth quarter. That's
very
sweat.
sweaty.
That's a sweat.
Right. So how about you? Who are you excited for, baby?
I mean, it's Eloy. It's Eloy all day. Because here's the thing, man. It fills in a lot of pieces for me. All right, we got the 74 home runs back in play.
Yep.
But we also this is the thing that pushes out Gavin Sheets. This boxes Sheets out of the lineup, right? Yep. Because when we were coming into the season, Eloy had the spot in left.
Yep.
Right? And you're like, okay, and then we're going to switch back and forth between Sheets and Vaughn.
Right.
And now if you say that out loud, it's hilarious. Right? Because Vaughn...
You thought it was hilarious back then, and some other people did too, not a lot, but
And Vaughn is like scoring all the runs now. He's he's driving them in, I should say.
Yeah.
Right.
But so you get Vaughn. I think Vaughn takes left when Eloy comes back.
And
because
Eloy's
I think
the
they're
DH.
going to take care of Eloy. Like they're going to be like, hey, man, we need you to hit, right? And Vaughn, I make fun of him every game that we go to for playing the outfield terribly.
Yeah, he does.
But he's improved enough where I could say I would much rather have him out there and have that bat than have Adam Engel out there.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, so that's all. The WRC plus is at 150. That's all you need. That's the best defense you can have. Hit the shit out of the ball.
Now we get and I think, in fact, what's going to happen is that Vaughn is going to play right field.
I think that's
because
right.
Vaughn has the cannon.
He does.
Vaughn actually has a very good arm. When we were watching it the other night, I was like, they're not going to run on Vaughn.
And they didn't.
They're not going to run on him.
No, they pulled up on it. Yeah, they did.
He's not going to get to anything. He's going to do his little fake catch. That's like his new move. He's like, I ain't getting this shit, but I'm going to fake this guy out.
Well, he did make the diving play, and we were laughing about it. I was like, normal right fielder gets to it easy.
Oliver Engel is on that shit immediately. My Sox Summer, I want to tell you something right now. I see you looking around.
Yeah.
You see a comment you like, man, just click on it. Man.
Oh, no,
there's a mouse right here, man.
I am. I can't read this one. I can read that one.
Put your hands on my mouse.
You can't read the one that's close enough. Say your Sox is in the comments saying that 74 home runs back in play.
It is. That's what I said. That's the
100%
first thing I said. It's back in play. But no, But the roster implications is more of what I'm looking at when I look at the Eloy thing.
Yeah.
Now, I do want to mention something to you guys. The Lance Lynn one has probably the most roster implications.
For sure.
Because there are not enough 40-man roster spots when he comes off of that.
Nope.
So someone's got to go. Someone's got to go. We'll talk about that in just a little bit. But right now, I'm going to give you the sweet, sweet sounds of Beef Loaf doing a YouTube ad.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you're watching us on a live stream right now and haven't subscribed, make sure you tickle the undercarriage of that subscribe button and get on board. If you've already subscribed and are watching the show, talking smack about MSS's internet and generally meat gazing at Treasy E and I, please smash that like button in the face. If you are listening on the podcast feed and have never enjoyed the eroticism that is the YouTube version of this show, come to youtube.com/FromThe108 and hit that subscribe button. Our previous goal was 1,000 subscribers. We're currently at 1,100 plus. That's going to allow us to make minimum wage for about 1 hour per month if we do a full podcast schedule. You just can't beat that. So get your friends, your family, your dog, everyone to subscribe and allow the 108 to fulfill the dream of becoming YouTube thousandaires. I love you.
No, I think we have enough scientists in the crowd that I could ask the question.
Go
I'm
ahead.
asking you.
Yeah, throw it out there, baby.
Is it possible to get hungover 2 days in a row? I don't think so.
I don't think you can. I don't think it's possible to get drunk if you've been like ridiculously drunk and then hungover the day before.
Yeah.
Like I don't think it's impossible. I think I had 72 drinks in Nashville the day after I got real drunk on the whiskey. I don't even think I caught a bus.
Totally disagree with you guys. Of course you get hungover 2 days.
All right, well,
obviously.
let me talk about one part of that.
Okay.
Didn't catch a buzz. I saw this motherfucker.
Buzz was caught.
Extremely buzzed.
He was catching buzzes all over the place, huh?
I mean, if our guy Buzz, 15 of them would have fell on him. That's how many buzzes were going on.
I believe that.
I don't know. I think your brother was buzzed.
Oh,
I'm sure.
I was buzzed. I'm not gonna lie to you guys about how buzzed I was. Ooh, how buzzed I was. That's my favorite Dr. Seuss book.
Yep. Buzzed I was. That's good. Dude.
All right.
Nobody take that ours.
Yeah.
We're going to have a 108 children's book.
Yeah, we wanted
Buzzed I was.
How buzzed Dad was.
We just watermarked that. If Jay Kuda puts an image out there, that's ours.
That's
have him credit
Jay
us.
Kuda,
Okay?
you
credit
son
us,
of a bitch.
All right?
You too, Peach Fuzz Jim.
Fellas, I got a little game to play, man. A little game to play. My guys, the Clash, in effect, they're on the back of here somewhere. I don't know.
Beautiful.
The Clash.
All right. You know how the game goes, guys. For you listening at home, should I stay or should I go? I'm going to list a player. Each guy's going to tell me if they should stay with the team or if they should get the fuck out. Yep. And in fact, for one guy, my notes, let me get to my notes here. It just says GTFOH. You could probably guess who that guy is, but we're not going to start with him. We're going to start with Gavin Sheets, and surprisingly, that's not him.
Oh, man,
My Sox Summer.
Soliloquy.
Gavin Sheets. Should I stay or should I go?
See you, buddy. You're brought up for one. You're here to do one thing, and you're not even doing that well. And that's just that's the hardest part with him is you're not. There's not a lot of expectations placed on Gavin Sheets, and he is not meeting any of them. And it's only one. Just hit the damn ball, and he's not even doing that. So, Gavin, I can't sit around and watch this experiment any longer. You are the fielding Carson Fulmer. Please go down and take regular at bats. Maybe you get better. You showed some promise at the end of the last season, and so we know it's in you. But at this point, bro, peace.
Beef, what do you got?
I mean, I agree 100% with my Sox Summer. Go. I mean, the only reason they even have him on the roster now is his country strong enough for him to get into a brawl.
Yeah.
I like that guy to be on the front
true.
lines for me. But otherwise, he's totally right. I mean, the guy can't play the outfield at all. We have first baseman ready. MSS mentioned his only job here is to hit right-handed pitching.
And
he's not doing it. He's just not doing it. He had 1 week where he hit. The rest has been absolutely putrid. We got to get rid of him. Get him off the roster.
I think we went into the season going, hey, maybe we got a Kyle Schwarber here. He's gonna be rough in the outfield, but man, if he just rakes right-handers, it's gonna be all worth it because we can't hit right-handers.
Right.
Did not get that.
Should have got Kyle Schwarber.
It's possible. No, we should have.
Should have got the real Kyle Schwarber.
We'll get to that later.
Damn it.
We could actually get something out of Gavin Sheets in the long run, right? He could go work things out. He could figure it out, and he could come up and hit purely right-handers.
Yep.
Play first base, play a little outfield, DH a little bit, but it's not there.
No.
And he has the options. And we got Eloy coming back.
Yeah.
There's no reason for this guy to stay on the roster.
No.
Just not. There's just not. So, sorry, Gavin, you got to go. You got to go for now.
For now.
We hope to see you.
That's right.
Hope to see you in the future. Hope to see you. Best of luck down in Charlotte.
Get well soon.
Yeah,
Get well soon.
Right. You got a great story. You look good, you know. Hey, listen.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if he's married or
Yeah,
has
I
a
don't know.
girlfriend, but like the minors are where you like you learn your game. So like you learn your game on the field and off the field, and then come right back.
You think he needs a slump bus?
He's giving life lessons here,
Maybe
MSS.
he does.
All right. Next up, this one's a tougher one.
This is a tough one, in my opinion.
And I'm going to start with you, Jake Berger.
Jake Berger. Okay, Jake Berger strikes out 35% of the time as a major leaguer. He's a chubby guy, though, that moves decently for his size, but overall not decently for a baseball player. He's a slow kind of guy. But I just like watching him play. And he's enough of a bat, enough of a guy who could yank a home run and change a game like he did the other night.
Last night.
Yeah,
Wednesday
night
yeah.
he did. That I think he has enough utility on the roster currently. Maybe he's just Diane Viciato light or something. But that's a usable part in today's environment, today's baseball environment. You kind of need that extra power. Yohan Moncada has been coming up with sore legs and hasn't been 100% right. So giving him a little breather here, I'd much rather give that breather to Jake than I would to give it to some of the other guys. Utility guys are already playing a lot as well. I'd like to add that Thunder into the lineup. So for right now, Jake will stay for me.
Mm-hmm. MSS.
I agree. It's not because he's like, you know, hitting crazily or doing anything great. It's just the potential that he's going to do something great. Like he won a game the other day.
He did.
Like he is now one win above replacement because he did it just that game. He has that. He has a war of one.
No, but that's what I'm talking about. Like having a single event that changes a game like that. That's so useful, especially in an environment where run scoring's down, and the Sox are definitely not scoring a lot of runs. So it's important that they get those 3-run homers occasionally, which they haven't been getting, and so it's huge. In my opinion.
No, I think that alone allows you to give him the benefit of the doubt that things are working okay, right? He had his slump, you know, at the beginning. He started like going bad, but then like this next come around, like he's doing it again. So we'll see where he goes this weekend. He's gonna hit one. Chorizo, you're shaking your head. I don't like it. I don't like what you're going to do to my burger.
I wanted to say go. I wanted to say go because I want my sweet prince, Yerman Mercedes, to come back.
Yes.
But as I was looking at it, here's where we get the problem.
Yeah.
Where is the place that we need the most games filled in on this offense? And it's third base.
Yeah.
And it's not good when we're going, well, Josh could play third base and Lurie could play second base.
Too much Cliff Levingston.
That's too much Cliff Levingston.
I mean,
too
Billy Wires put in the comments too much
Billy
Cliff
Wires.
Levingston. I agree. You know,
Billy Wires put the money down to say no more Cliff Levingston bullshit.
So we got a little too much Cliff Levingston.
Yeah,
I have to agree with him. He's right. Less Cliff Levingston. Less Cliff.
That's what it's all about right there. Less Cliff Levingston.
He's got his moments.
He's got his moments.
Like when he yells game time.
We don't need as much.
So I'm in on keeping Berger. However, I'm going to say something because we're going to talk about another guy in a little bit. Berger is the only path for Yolbert Sanchez to come onto this team. And we'll get to it in a little bit. We'll get to that in a minute. But first, we got to go to Dallas Keuchel, who we're all going to tell to get the fuck out. But I got to find this comment because this is a better question. And this is from our guy, Comic Punk Guy. He said, who planted Dallas Keuchel? Minnesota, New York, Russia, or North Korea?
Man,
that's tough.
I'd just say Texas, to be honest. I mean, he came right from there. I don't even think it's that obvious. I mean, it is that obvious.
I feel like it's Russia because he's his own propaganda machine. He comes in, he gives a shitty performance, and he comes out and he's like, stupid fielders. Man, if they wouldn't have made that one error in the fifth, I would have never given up those 4 home runs.
I'm going to say Minnesota. They got the biggest stakes in this. They got the biggest stakes in derailing us, right? I mean, it was like, actually, it could even be Oakland.
Yeah.
Remember way back in the playoff game that he threw MSS that you pointed out? Maybe it was from way back then. So I think it's maybe a collaboration between a few MLB teams, push him on our team, tricked Rick Town into signing him. He's easily tricked. And they tricked him, and he got him in there, and then now we're screwed. We're stuck with him for now, at least.
Easy, tricky Ricky. Yeah, that's what they call him. They call him Easy Ricky Trick. That's that's good. Definitely Dallas is gone, right? I mean,
that's the one that I had. Just get the fuck out of here.
I mean, I have Bye Felicia you know, that's.
I mean, Dallas. Mrs. Beef and I were talking about Dallas is a hateable prick. That's why it's not only is he bad, and I looked up starters with at least 30 innings pitched. Treasy, he has the second worst ERA. Something called Vladimir Gutierrez. Oh, that could be a Russian thing also. With the Reds has been worse. Okay, the only one playing worse.
Russian planted in Cuba.
yes, could be.
Oh,
he's just he's a hateable jerk off on top of being bad. We have no sympathy for the man. We hate him so much. You got to get him out of here. He should have been gone already. He really needs to go now.
Is that just one big ice cube?
Uh-oh. Can you get it in there?
Oh, my God.
That's not going.
Oh, man.
Dig in there. Get it. Oh, you got it.
So, here's
oh, my gosh.
Here's what I was talking about the other day. We were talking about last night.
It's the little BB-8. Oh, I thought that was
BB-8. BB-8 ice cream.
That's a very,
it's a very oddly shaped butt plug.
Allegedly.
I like that you gave it to me, though.
So I'm watching the start yesterday, which was a fucking atrocious start.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about it. If you're the Sox, you'd probably go to Dallas and say, "Hey, look, you've been good for us in the past.
Yep.
Had a rough go. We're gonna put you on the IL. We're gonna bring back Lance Lynn. We're gonna have a starting 5. But if someone gets hurt, we want to bring you back." Hearing the shit that we've heard from Dallas Keuchel over the past year and a half, he's absolutely going to say, no, someone's going to pick me up immediately.
That's right.
That's how I feel about him. Like that he's that kind of confident prick, which is not going to happen.
No.
And they're just going to have to dump. They're just going to have to say he's going to leave them no choice.
Right.
So that's the only way I see him leaving, because I feel like the Sox would try every way to just hang on to this asset because they're paying for it.
Yes.
Right.
And he's
to have the depth just in case, right?
He's going to be like,
live body.
He's going to be like, no, man, there's a lot of contenders that need pitching. And they're going to say, yeah, but professional pitching. And he's going to think that's him.
That's it.
He's like the girl that you've dated for like 3 years, maybe 4. And you're like, man, I have all this time invested. Obviously, I love her for some reason. You know, she's here still.
Yeah.
I don't want to give up and waste all this time. But then she drops a line like, you ain't never going to find anybody as good as me that treats you as well as I treat you and all this stuff. And then she's just total pain in the ass. You got to dump her. Like, I mean, that's just what you got to do. Like, that's the dump and move on.
What's Rick Hahn waiting for? If everyone else can see this, what is he waiting for?
It's money.
I think he's waiting for Lance Lynn.
Okay.
I think he's waiting for Lance Lynn. I think he was waiting for this Sunday, actually.
Mm-hmm.
When the rosters had this set.
Oh,
he was going to hang on to it as long as he could to have as many options as possible.
Right.
And you know what? I'm not hating on that. And I know a lot of people were like, why the fuck did he start last night?
Yeah.
Rick Hahn is hanging on to the optionality of everything that he had in front of him.
Yeah.
And I don't hate that.
Okay.
I generally don't like Rick Hahn, but I don't hate that.
I was going to say, you don't hate that he's putting a guy out there who you know is like one of the worst starters in baseball.
You know, I think he's giving him every chance to stay on the team.
Yeah. And
to me it's more than I would give, right? It's like, bruh, that girl cheated on you 5 times.
Right.
I don't know. I
The audacity.
I know why she's still living with you. I don't know why you're still paying bills. Right?
Right, listen.
Like, and so, but
I just think optionality is not optionality if it's the worst possible thing out
well,
there.
I think he's trying to.
It's the worst thing.
He's trying to figure out if it is the worst thing, right?
Okay.
And I get that because you've only Johnny Cueto's looked good, but you have a very short sample of Johnny Cueto. Vince Velasquez has looked all right, but sometimes he looked horrible.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Like so, like you're just looking at it and going like, all right, this is one game. I'm gonna get it out there. I'm gonna see what it, and then you're like, oh boy, that was a bad idea, right? You get a couple of those a year, man. You get a couple of those, and that was one of his. But that's it. Get the fuck out. Dallas Keuchel's done. We gotta jettison him. They're gonna stick around, and he's gonna stick around maybe a little bit longer because they're skipping a start, and Kopech's gonna start later, and then it's gonna be not a while till Keuchel pitches.
Right.
So it's not until then that they're going to have to get rid of him. They got to make room on the 40.
Yeah.
And God knows Rick Hahn don't want to give up on prospects. So it's not like one of these guys that he protected from Rule 5 that no one gave a shit about is gonna get cut, right? Like so it's gonna be Keuchel. All right. Speaking of the 40-man and the complications that it brings, the next guy up, Josh Harrison. I'm gonna start here because
I like it.
Because
Go first, baby.
I've seen a lot of shit on the internet lately going like, bring up Yolbert Sanchez and replace Josh Harrison. Cut Josh Harrison. This is a bad idea. And here's why this is a bad idea. You've got not a lot of information on Yolbert Sanchez.
Right.
But you do have enough information to know he can't slug. There's no slug, right? Is he a competent fielder? Sounds like it. Can he play third base? I have no idea.
Right.
So you're going to get rid of Josh Harrison, and you're going to bring in Yolbert Sanchez. What if he sucks? Has anyone thought about that? Has anyone thought the implications of Yolbert Sanchez sucking? Because Yolmer Sanchez sucked, and he's a similar player. And so I get it. The guy gets on base a ton.
Yeah.
But he gets on base a ton in the fucking minor leagues.
Right.
That does not translate, man.
It might, but we don't know if it's gonna.
He is not going to carry a 380 OBP in the pros. I'm coming out of the gates this year, rest of this year, 380, not going to happen. Yeah. All right? Maybe he does moderately well. Yeah.
Senor Sox is up in the comments. He says, no more Yolmer slander, please.
Sorry, Carlos Sanchez.
I feel like,
but here's the problem. Is like that's why I was saying Berger is your only path to that.
Yeah.
Because when you get rid of Harrison, he's gone for good.
Yeah.
Right now you got to go back out into the free agent market of nobody, which was where Harrison came from.
Right.
And get someone else because it's do or die in that situation. You're making a decision that Yolbert Sanchez will definitely be better at second base than Josh Harrison. And as many of you out there going like, that's an easy bet. It's not.
Right.
Go make a bet on any gambling site right now. It's not an easy bet. You think it is. It's not.
Right.
You're going to lose
50%
50% of the time. And that's why I'm concerned with people going this route. I would be fine if they're going, look, Jake Berger's up. We can send Jake Berger down. We can cut Yerman Mercedes from the 40, put Yolbert on, and then we could bring him up and we can check it out.
Right.
And see if it works. And if it doesn't work, you could send him back down and Josh Harrison fills back in.
Fill back in, right?
That's the path. But I guarantee if I went on the internet right now and gave out that list of things that have to happen, everyone would say, why don't you just cut Josh Harrison?
No, the comments now are all of you. They're not. I don't think they're fully getting the point that Yolbert Sanchez could come up here and be far worse than Josh Harrison. Yeah. This is the point you're trying to make. And everyone talking about things with
Harrison is worse than Eaton was in Troy. Everyone on this roster is.
I'm going to get to that in a second. When I talk about my point, I'm going to get to that. But that's what everyone's kind of not understanding here is that Yolbert Sanchez is now a top prospect. And he's 26 years old.
He's a career here, 300 hitter in pro ball. How many fucking games of pro ball over single A? Like less than 100. Like you're talking about a guy like he's played Major League Baseball. He has not. He's not played Major League Baseball.
Yes.
It doesn't matter what they're hitting.
It's not a top prospect. It's not like there's a top prospect beating the door down.
You know what these guys are describing to me? Yeah. You know, hey, comments. You know what you're describing to me? You're describing Nick Madrigal to me again.
Except not picked fourth overall.
Right.
No pedigree like that.
I still don't love Nick Madrigal.
Neither do the Cubs.
Teresa, I agree with you. All the belly aching I see on the internet about Josh Harrison, and especially his bat. Let me tell you, he's hitting better than on the current White Sox roster by WRC+. He's hitting better than Moncada. He's hitting better than Lurie. He's hitting better than Yasmani Grandal. And he's almost hitting as well as A.J. Pollock. They're right neck and neck by WRC+, 69 versus 63. And that was everyone's favorite fucking offseason acquisition. Okay?
Wow.
The offensive environment is way down, and the Sox are struggling mightily. So the fact that his bat stinks, if we had a top prospect that was like, if we had Royce Lewis, like the Twins, yes, I would say get rid of this guy, and we'll bring this guy up. But what we have down there is minor league fodder. Do I want to give Yolbert Sanchez a chance? Yes, but I agree with you. I don't want to throw this away and just say bet everything on Yolbert and then he sucks.
That's my question to the comments. My question to the comments is: are you cutting Josh Harrison to bring up Yolbert Sanchez, or are you cutting Yerman Mercedes, sending down Jake Berger, and bringing up Yolbert Sanchez?
Right.
Because I think that's the sane way to do it. And I want to know is everyone disagreeing on that? Because I'm fine with that scenario.
Matt Ramsey's up in the comments saying
like
we
what
did
he
have
said.
a top prospect, Luis Gonzalez, that he's absolutely killing you with the Giants now. So a good, fair point.
It's another thing that I think gets forgotten, that the Sox will bring up anybody that has the potential to do something for the Major League Club. There is something he is not doing, even with hitting all this stuff, even with all the other shit that's going on.
He actually just has a lot of hits. He doesn't have any extra base hits or anything.
Okay.
Like he doesn't have home runs. He has a few doubles. Like, he just has a lot of hits.
Yeah.
And he has a good amount of walks.
Yeah.
Adam Engel had like 23 home runs in the minors, like, 3 years ago, like 2019? I mean, like, it happens. Like, they hit the shit out of the ball down there.
The environments are different, too. Like, the hitting environments are different in minors. The White Sox AAA team is one of the best hitting environments in the minors that Charlotte is.
Yeah.
The offense is going to be pushed up, you know?
He hit a shitload of home runs. I don't know if it's 23, but I know he hit a shitload that year. And it did not translate. It hasn't translated over.
Didn't mean it.
He'll get a big hit every once in a while, but it's not something that you can count on. I know you can't count on Harrison to get a big hit either, but he's definitely staying because I don't see anything better.
Harrison's power numbers are in line with Yolbert's, though. His being in the pros versus his actual hits.
Not so good.
Sox fans love the unknown, though.
That's the thing. It's the backup quarterback syndrome.
Yeah.
Right? And that's why I'm saying, like, look, I'm not saying like Josh Harrison's some fucking awesome player. I'm just saying.
Nor do we think Yolbert is going to fail.
Right.
We're just talking about the risk.
I'm just saying, like, the way that you do it is not to cut Josh Harrison, which is what we're saying. Should I stay or should I go? Harrison should stay because it's an all or nothing.
Yeah.
Jack.
Exactly.
Jack, you're talking yourself into a corner into the comments right now. And the Sox have been developing players for years. This isn't 2009. Who have they developed?
Traded for?
Right.
Give me the list of guys they developed because
and
you can't count Luis
You
Robert.
can't say pitchers. You can't say guys that they signed in international. Like, they're not. Tim Anderson potentially.
Yeah, that's it.
Like,
That's the last
Tim
one.
Anderson
Say
that.
that.
And then you got a bounce back from McCann. But like these things,
McCann was a signing.
like
You
you can't. I don't think we developed anybody. And
Andrew Vaughn. He
Andrew
spent
Vaughn
40
is not-
seconds. He was the
he's
number
not-
3 overall pick.
No, you can't. That's like saying that the Cubs like developed Chris Bryant. They
Jack,
didn't.
tell
He
me a
was already
guy.
good.
Tell me a guy that's not a top 10 pick, because here's the problem.
And
Yolbert Sanchez is not one of those guys.
Yeah.
Yolbert Sanchez is a minor signing in the international market, and if he comes up and he's great. That's fine.
That'd be wonderful.
Jose Rodriguez similarly. Lennon Sosa similarly.
Yeah.
I'm in on all of those guys.
Yes.
But I'm not going to cut guys from the major league roster that I can't get back to put him in that place when I have very little idea of how he will actually
What's going to
perform.
happen? Yeah. Exactly.
And I gave everyone a path. To this.
They don't want it. They want blood. They want blood.
Kill Josh Harrison.
Kill him.
Aaron Bummer's fine, but I said you can't say pitchers because we're too cheap to pay for pitching a lot of the time. So you can't just say, "Oh, well, we developed this guy." It's like because we had to. We had to develop it. Jack,
regardless,
I love that you're commenting, and I love you. You're a good person.
I do like
you're
Jack
a good
a lot.
one.
I don't want to.
And so we don't want to say that
No
we're just
question.
like
I
we're
love
not
the
trying to
discussion.
beat
I
you
love
up.
the
Like we're just having a discussion. I just don't feel like the Sox are developing players like left and right since 2009. I don't buy that.
Hey, you know what, Jack?
I
I want to bring up what you talked about, though, with Aaron Bummer a little bit later, because I do like how they developed Aaron Bummer, and I think they can develop bullpen arms.
Yeah.
I think they could develop bullpen arms. Maybe they shouldn't spend so much on them. We'll get to that in a bit.
Sounds good.
All right. Next up, speaking of probable bullpen arms, Vince Velasquez. Vince Velasquez is an interesting case here because he is, he got thrown into the fire. Like they got him and they said, okay, we're going to work with this guy. We're going to try and see if maybe he is like the 6th starter on the roster. And then they said, oh shit, Lance Lynn got hurt. You got to pitch, buddy.
Yeah.
So that's where he ended up. Yeah. So Beef, should I stay or should I go Vince Velasquez?
Man, it's so tough for me because you guys know I'm a Vince stan. and he hasn't really been good. He had a ERA plus of 65 when he started Game 7 starts, and I even had talked to some people. It's like it could be a mistake that they didn't have Cueto kind of ready in that role to start the year because Cueto's been much better. MSS, you don't know what the ERA plus is, but
No, I don't.
65 isn't good. So. However, he just had the 3 mop-up innings the other night, and he looked better out of the bullpen. This was your thought, Treasy, before the season. It's like you bring in his offerings a little bit, and even out of the bullpen, he could mix in some of the other things he has, just not using them all at once, just whatever's effective. I say Vince stays because I think he would be amenable to the long man role, and he's your emergency starter on the roster. He can fill he's equal. He's a little bit more effective than Dallas, but he's more willing to be flexible with his role, and he's not an asshole. So I think that's why he would stay and Dallas goes. So I say old Vince is going to stay.
I like it.
Yeah, much like any job that you're in, where the other guy might be a little bit more talented, might be better than you at what your job is, but he's a total douchebag and you're not. Yeah. Like, you got to give the other guy who's not a douchebag. You're like, who do I want to be in the hole with? Of a guy that's going to hit 9 out of 10 times or a guy that's going to hit 8 out of 10 times. Like, I'll take the 8 out of 10 if he's not an asshole versus the guy that's 9 out of 10 that might fuck up everybody else's shit. You know, you got to kind of clear this guy out, I feel like. He's not – I don't know. He was doing an interview, his post-game yesterday with a backpack on. And I hope all his shit was in his backpack.
You're talking about Dallas or
Vince? Yeah, Dallas.
Okay.
And I hope that he got packed it up and he's ready to go. I like Vince because you're going to have Vince, there's a potential that he could do something. He can definitely give us much runs as Dallas does. So we're not going to lose anything there, right? But he seems like he has a little bit more room to go up, where Dallas has done nothing but go down since 2020 in Oakland.
I agree. And the thing about this is the decision. It's Dallas versus Vince, right? That's what you're really deciding. And I think Vince has a lot more utility in the bullpen, right? Like he seems to be able to pitch out of that situation. Like, I can't think about Dallas Keuchel pitching out of the bullpen. It just doesn't make sense to me. It just doesn't sound right.
No.
Yeah.
And
he wouldn't do it.
And Vince Velasquez is we talked about a lot, is like if you just narrow it down for him, you just say, look, just throw 2 pitches and throw the ball harder. You know, it's what you saw with Kendall Graveman. Kendall Graveman gained 2-3 miles per hour when he went to the bullpen.
Right.
And that changed things for him, right? Because he was
a bad starter and became a good reliever by those
because
little
he's working in shorter stints. Raylo's doing a similar thing. Raylo's getting up to 100 when he's in there, right? Because he's like, shit, I only got to pitch 1 inning. I'm give it all. And so I think if you could see Velasquez ramp up the velocity a little bit and then use the curveball, which is a great wipeout pitch for him.
Yep.
If he could go that 4-seam fastball at a couple miles an hour faster because he's in a short stint and then break off that curveball, he could actually be a very valuable reliever to this team. And so I'm interested to see if that happens. And look, I'm not saying stay forever.
Right. Stay for now.
For now. Let's just stay for a little bit.
Yeah.
Why don't you have one more drink? Let's see how this goes.
I just put on the mac and cheese. Hang out. It only takes about 7 minutes.
You know what, Treasy? I like the way you put that. Stay for now, because that's also the way I think about Josh Harrison. In a month or two, I might flip my thoughts on Harrison, even if Harrison plays exactly the same. Even if he gets better, I might think, all right, now's the time to cut bait. We don't need him anymore because we don't have the rigors of a long season. And that's how I feel about Vince. Vince has value right now, but in 2 months, Vince might not have that much value.
That's you're 100% correct, because in 2 months we could be out of this or we could be really in the thick of it.
And we could have some new guys who just traded for it.
And then you start going, okay, well, now I can take a chance on something. Then you're like, okay, yeah, now you bring up Yolbert. You know, maybe then you try it because you're like, okay, he's been crushing this long in the minors. We are 9 games behind the Twins. Maybe we try some things, right? Exactly. But right now is not a time to throw all those chips in yet and just be like, nah, fuck it, we're giving up. It's just we're not there yet.
Next one up. I think we might just want a high five on this one all around.
Oh yeah,
Johnny Cueto.
Oh, that's a stay.
Definitely stay.
I feel good about that. That's a huge stay. I want him, all of his horses, everything.
I was going to say, horses bad, Johnny Cueto good.
No.
On the horses.
Here's why I want Johnny Cueto to stay, because he's going to turn your idea of the horses around. He's going to
flip me on the horses.
He's going to flip you on the horses. He's going to flip you on the horses.
I will make horses unextinct. Is what you're saying?
Yes,
the
you'll
funniest-
bring them back.
Okay.
You'll bring them back.
Okay, I like this. I like that approach.
Unicorn's going to come with. That's how good Johnny
Yeah.
Cato's going to be the rest of the
Get a
season.
unicorn.
I hope so.
I like
That's
unicorns. Unicorns are good.
All right, now here's a hot topic, man.
It is.
This is a touchy one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you guys give me just a moment because I want to just pull up
Yeah.
a
You're
quick
just gonna be
quick little image to get you guys
Just wanna pass it.
ready for this.
You gotta do it, man. You just gotta do it.
It's a Menachino man.
I like that. Even on this version, I'm blocked.
Yes,
Like,
it's all.
I'm always
You're in the
blocked.
right spot
I'm always
to be
in the
blocked.
middle. You're
This
like,
one-
hey, just put the fat guy in the middle. and
This
he'll
one
get blocked
blocks
by
all of
everything.
us. This one blocks all.
There
of
you
us.
go.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, it should because there's
All right,
3 boobs.
there's three.
and 3 titties.
There's
Yes,
three.
I love it.
All right, Menachino magic. Frank Menachino.
Yeah.
Should I stay or should I go? My sock summer. You're up first.
Okay. As a big believer that the hitting coach doesn't really provide all that much sway either way,
Yeah.
I'm going to say that he needs to stay just because it's not going to do anything like down the road. Like, I don't think that it'll have any type of immediate impact on our hitting. Maybe you reevaluate the situation later. Now, if it's good, if you could say that it was going to make a change, then I would be like, yes, get rid of him. I don't think you can say that. So I think people that like him probably really like him, and it would fuck them up more that he's gone versus flip them to like all of a sudden start hitting good baseball. I just don't think that would happen.
Now, look, we don't disagree much on these things, so I want to disagree on this one.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say he should go.
Okay,
Oh,
why?
okay.
And
I'm gonna look right at you in the eyes.
here's why he should go. Here's why he should go. Because at the end of the season, Rick Hahn's going to look to scapegoat somebody, and I don't want him here when that
You
happens.
don't want him to be the
I
guy.
want Rick Hahn to have to fucking wear it. If he messed this up,
Yeah.
and he's going to go, oh, well, Menachino couldn't get him to hit. He's fired. He's out of here, guys. Fixed. No, fuck that. Fuck that. You could get rid of Menachino right now,
Yeah.
and these hitters would hit the same fucking way. And
Oh,
we
pretty
all
much.
know it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
get rid of him. Get rid of him, and let's see what improves. Let's see how this roster that you put together improves.
Yeah.
That's what I want to see. Beef, how about you?
Yeah, I mean, for me, he's a go, but I agree with everything My Sock Summer said. So My Sock Summer's points are exactly right. I don't know that he's good or bad per se,
We
right?
don't
I don't
know.
know that it would make any change at all. And I guess the only fact I can see is like Gavin Sheets turning back into a total pumpkin, right?
Yeah.
At least some of that's got to be on Frank. The veterans, though, if they're shitty, that's not Frank. I mean, that's them. They gotta do that. But I don't think about it the same way Treasy does. I just think there has to be some consequence for this team right now to push them a little bit, right? And that's the most minor consequence you can do,
Yeah.
right? So I think you make Menachino the short-term scapegoat. Hope that has a galvanizing effect. I don't think it will, but
No.
I think you just give it a shot. And I would get rid of Menachino, even though I'm not sure he's really a problem.
This is back to the My Sock Summer being blocked. Always the Puerto Rican being blocked. It's from Senior Socks.
Bless you, Senior
That's
Socks.
correct.
I almost brought up Puerto Rican like in the midst of the conversation, then decided not to.
Guys,
Good choice.
last one.
Last one.
Last one. You guys ready for this one?
Let's
It's
do
the
it. It's not going to be the one they think.
It's
I think they think we're going to bring one up, but it's going to be someone else.
it's a big one.
It's a big
Yeah.
one.
Frederick Hahn. Yeah, I full named you. Rick Hahn. Beef. You're up.
Boys, I mean, there's some school of thought out there that when these things go wrong with the White Sox, it's not Hahn's fault. There's even a hashtag I've seen out there, no Hahn fault. There's the Hahn bots that we know that will defend absolutely every decision Hahn makes. But what we realize is he created a roster that has had the same problems over and over and over. And even when they've been good, and the White Sox only have one season above 78 wins in the decade that Rick Hahn has been in charge as the GM. We never have a solution in right field. We have a hard time hitting right-handed pitching, kind of, even with a good core right here, right? They spend so much resources on the bullpen. And this is not a Tony thing. He traded for Alex Colomé with a valuable catcher way back when. So when he traded Omar Narvaez, who was an on-base machine as a catcher, for Alex Colomé in 2019, he has like a weird obsession with bullpen guys that I don't quite understand. The waves of talent he promised have never arrived. I know we were just arguing about Yolbert Sanchez. The fact that we're arguing about a nominal prospect like Yolbert Sanchez in this space just shows he didn't do his job with bringing in the amount of talent that needed to come in. So you can caveat everything. You could say, okay, it's not his fault. But maybe that's part of the problem too. If he's not a strong enough leader to impose his will here, then also it is his fault and he should be gone. I think probably I would do it right now, but definitely if this team does not make the playoffs, you have to gut Rick Hahn and get a new GM in here. Your core is still solid. And he didn't in the offseason bring in the big pieces that they needed to push this thing to the next level that would be buoying this thing right now.
Mm-hmm.
And so Hahn got to go for me.
Damn. MSS, where you at?
Man, it's a hard thing because you want to say, no, Rick Hahn is doing the best he can, and that's the argument I see Senior Sox with. He's given very little, and he's doing things. I don't believe that. I think that he is given money. They have chose to spend it unwisely in certain areas. Definitely the pitching stuff seems to be ridiculous. You can't it's hard because I don't think that just the change of the GM is going to make a huge difference. But then again, I also didn't think that a change in a pitching coach was going to make a huge difference. And it did. And it made a huge thing. So maybe a changing of the guard in that realm, because Kenny seems to be done. Josh Nelson spoke about that several times. I actually think I saw Kenny Williams in the parking lot the other day when I drove by. I nearly turned back around to go back and just go give him a high five and take a picture with him, because I was like, I just want to, I want to get in.
What's up?
I want to get in on the ground floor with Kenny Williams. And he'd be like, "Where's my money for the 108 merch?" Like Rick Hahn asks all the time when we see him. But I don't know that just Hahn will be different, because and I don't know if people that blame Reinsdorf are wrong, and I don't know if they're right. I don't know enough about the situation. I can only see that they have money to spend, and it seems to be spent in one particular area.
Right.
And if you have it there, it seems like it would stand to reason that you could get some of those resources to put them into something that you also want to get. Right. So I don't know. I'm saying stay, just because I like Rick Hahn. I think I know White Sox Dave needs a friend on the inside, and he's the only guy basically that will talk to White Sox Dave. Yeah. So maybe we'll just keep him for White Sox Dave. Chorizo.
I'm saying go.
Oh,
and
man, he's
comment section, I set you up. Sorry, I set you up.
Yeah.
But you guys hate Harrison, right? You think that Rick Hahn's hands are tied money-wise. Cesar Hernandez wasn't any more expensive. Cesar Hernandez, he ain't great, but he is doing way damn better than Josh Harrison. He is a way better player. He has a way better history of being a way better player. And that was the choice that was made.
Was.
Yep.
Now, the other thing, Gavin Sheets. Everyone loved fucking Gavin Sheets. Guess what? Sign any of the right fielders that were out there. Any of them. Oh my God.
Jock Peterson was $6 million.
Jock Peterson, right. Kyle Schwarber. Starling Marte. Andrew McCutcheon. They're all doing better than what we put in right field.
Yeah.
These are your two glaring holes that everybody knew about.
Yep.
And what'd you do? No. Instead, you say, get out of here, Cesar. I got an idea. Nothing. And then
0 second baseman, baby.
Exactly. He had no idea when he was going to do that. And then the other piece of it is, I'm going to pick up that Kimbrel option because I could trade him. I'm going to trade him for a right fielder. Did you? Or did you trade him for a left fielder, which you already had 3 of?
Yes.
And that guy, maybe Pollock will perform at some point this year, but he's also super injury prone.
Yeah.
You could have went out. You could have said, here's $1 million, Kimbrel, go away. Cesar Hernandez, options picked up, and then I'm going to go out and get an actual right fielder.
Yeah.
You could still spend all the money you wanted to on your bullpen, which is also ridiculous. But you could develop bullpen arms.
Right. That's
so why you spend that money?
Yep.
So all of these things combined, you put all of these together, and at some point you got to go, what is it you do here exactly? And so Rick Hahn, look, buddy, thanks for signing those shirts a few years back, but man, you got to go.
Hope you enjoyed your free one. That you probably mow your lawn.
That's right.
I drink your Rolling Rock. Yes. His son has it.
I think you turned the comments against him when you put his real name Frederick. Because I saw someone say, "Oh, he's Frederick. That's his real name." I don't think the comments were ready for the Frederick thing. That you really threw them off right there. I think they were gonna mostly support Han until you did that, Tracy. I'm sorry.
I don't think Kenny Williams being back in the GM seat's going to help much either.
No, I don't.
We need some new blood.
New blood, it's fresh
Yeah.
blood. Let's get
I
some
mean,
fresh blood.
there's a guy in the comments going, Cesar got benched for Lurie, but if you look at Cesar right now, he'd be the best second baseman by a mile, and he's not doing that well. He's like at a 99 OPS plus or something.
That'd be great
And,
for the
That's
Sox.
fantastic at second base.
That'd be like fourth on the Sox. Right?
Yes.
Or fifth or whatever.
Wu-Tang punishments are only for Josh Donaldson.
Yeah, Josh. Yeah, Josh. The show's still going. We made it through 2016 too. All right,
Yeah, you jag off.
Son of a bitch.
What you get?
Just
All
because
right.
you weren't here doesn't mean we weren't, motherfucker.
What's funny is I'm going at Josh, and then I'm in 12 hours, I'm gonna be like doing a podcast with him.
You guys gonna throw hands across the internet for that? Or
Not
what?
really. I think we're gonna be on the same side for all the Star Wars.
They're gonna shoot blasters at each other. They don't throw hands in Star
I
Wars.
love it.
You know,
That's all. Hey, that's uncivilized. That's the blasters. Blasters are uncivilized.
Oh shit! They
Or,
realize.
you
oh,
use
there's no
lightsabers.
blast. Oh, okay.
They have blasters, but those
Okay.
are uncivilized.
So
All right.
that's like the duel, then, right? Like to go up and fight
You
with the lightsaber.
It's
is
lightsaber.
Like,
Yeah,
that
you
makes
punch
it,
with
'cause
the
you're like,
lightsabers like that. Yeah.
not punch. You fucking. I know what you fucking.
All right, it's time for
Punch
thank
this
you.
motherfucker.
It's
I
time
tell
for
you who my
thank
thank you isn't. It's not you, nerd ass
All right,
motherfucker.
I'm gonna start with you, buddy.
Start with that
Who do you
myself.
think?
I want to thank Cork and Carrie for last night for getting me so goddamn drunk. I thought it was a great idea to stay out till 1:15 in the morning when I had to walk my kid to school at 7:30 or 7:20. Big shout out to Jay for making me a Makers and On the Rocks, and it was a full glass of Makers, and I looked at it and I was like, that does not seem like a good idea, but I drank it anyway because my guy Wally Money paid for the drink, so I had to drink it. So yeah, shout out to Wally too for buying the drinks.
Beef. Who are you thinking?
I want to thank all the people that showed up in Section 108, especially Wednesday and Thursday night. All
Including
the people that I got a chance to fist bump, break bread with, have a beer with, talk about the White Sox, take selfies with, especially if you didn't take a selfie with my Sox summer.
Yeah.
It's just
I'm
nice
in
being in the ballpark, conversating with people, and enjoying the atmosphere. The Sox lose by a big number, and it doesn't matter. We have a good time out there
It's fun.
regardless. And so that's why I want to thank all of you that make your way out to the ballpark, come in the section, and make it just a fun time to go to White Sox games.
Yeah, dude, I just want to thank the comment section.
I mean,
we're like, okay, we're gonna get a chance to do a Friday night podcast. We could do it in person. We could hang out together.
Yeah.
One, thank you for letting us know the sound was fucked up. And then,
Yeah, that's usually it.
and then like
real MVP.
and then helping us through it. Like, I mean, that's in the podcast that ends up on the audio. Like, that's not going to be there. I'm going to cut all that out.
That's right.
But I probably won't. But also the fact that you guys all showed up and are hanging out with us tonight, man, we can't fucking appreciate that more, man. It's like being in the section. We don't have a game tonight. We
No.
should have a game tonight.
Should have.
Fucking-
It's so stupid.
We're losing a Friday and a Monday on a holiday weekend. Wild to me.
Yep.
Bad planning, MLB.
I mean,
But
good for the players.
You know what?
And their wives or mistresses.
all you fine folks are here with us tonight. We're having a good time, and I appreciate you guys so fucking much, man. It's just the best, man. It's just the best to come and do this and have this interaction. And I fucking love it, man. Thank you guys very much. We'll see you very soon.
Good night.